The Walls GP. Let's try not to screw this up too much.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Oh. Alright, we are going to go out on this, I'm just curious, tire wear. There does seem to be some hope for the hard tire. Not for qualifying, mind you, but... But as far as being a race tire, it might work for us. I'm going to run the qualifying all the way down to like 3 minutes. I mean, I care about qualifying well, but if I don't qualify well, it's not the end of the world. Qualifying pace here is actually very difficult too, because it's even easier to crash the car. I managed to escape damage. Unreal. Okay. We finished just behind Leclerc. Three laps, 0.2 of a second. There might be hope that I can run a decent pace on harder tires. I don't really have much hope in the race as far as like running. God, the C5 is just dead on arrival. Dead as dead can be. Even the YouTubers on steering wheels been complaining about the temperatures. We'll just monitor temperature and hopefully it goes our way. We have a real front end grip problem on these tires. They're still quickest. I don't even know anymore. If I were to turn the carcass temperatures off, we would probably just be dominatingly quick here. Um, 'We'll do the same thing. We'll just 3 minutes, run a lap, and go from there. I don't know. If we're quickest, we're quickest. If not, then you know, why not? There's no real opportunity to cool these tires, like anywhere on track. And it actually does take lighting these things on fire to actually nail these corners. They're already on
30
fire.
seconds left in the session.
I'm trying to take it easy on them.
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Perez, Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
I'm probably just going to switch on to the hards from lap 1. Maybe not. We'll see how the start goes. If the start's terrible, then obviously we just, you know. Then we go onto the hard tire and we never really look back.
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Oh, Emma, you whine too much. Alright.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco then. It's not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo, and although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car.
Well, we won't see one.
And as the drivers start thinking about getting a good start and how on earth to get through Sandovot in one piece, I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, if we might be seeing a safety car or two today.
Well, you wouldn't exactly bet against it, would you? Statistically, it is pretty common, of course. About 80% of all Monaco Grand Prix will have at least one safety car. And that's despite the incredible work of the marshals around here, who you'll often see lifting cars out of the way just under the yellow flag conditions. The teams will always plan for the worst case scenario though, and they'll be making sure various caution periods are built into their strategy models for the race.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Magnussen, Williams and Gasly, Albon, Vettel, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas, Ricciardo, Weber, George Russell and Butler, Sainz, Norris, Nico Hülkenberg and Roman Grosjean. Kubica and Lewis Hamilton rounds off.
We're just not going to be
And with
competitive
lights
on
out
anything
just
other than the
moments
hard
away,
tire.
It's time to go down to the track.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
One stint, many stints, doesn't really matter.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
We'll see how long it takes us to light these tires on fire. Probably won't take very long at all. Reforming grid for race start. Stand by. I think we are formed up. Mercedes is at the back. And how long we stay out, I think, is going to be dictated by how long it takes us to lose touch with the top three. It shouldn't be too long at all. I had one of my better starts all year.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Just jumping right by Magnussen. These tires are on fire.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
And the car is so understeery that we just hit the wall. And it is pretty much purely down to how understeery the car feels. You cannot dive bomb there. There's like 0 chance that that will actually, you know, succeed as a move. I'm not taking an exceeding track limits penalty for him trying to dive bomb me. That's just not right. I can't hit the apex right because he keeps trying to dive bomb me. And the game's like, no, you can't cut. And now I've just... outside ain't gonna work. But yeah, 2 laps and the tires are useless. This is something they need to fix. Like, this is pretty unacceptable. I could have just turned the carcass temperatures off as well. That may actually be what I start doing for some of these races.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Which I did.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
Yeah, Monaco's not going to be the cleanest race. Never going to be the cleanest race. But I just needed to get on a tire I'm actually not going to overheat. But when your tires overheat badly enough, you just actually accelerate slower than the AI does. Because the tires are too warm, they don't actually grip the track as well anymore. And the carcasses actually do put us at an unfair disadvantage over the AI.
Gap to teammate ahead is 21.7 seconds.
And it's so bad at Monaco that I really should have just turned it off. Like here and at Singapore are some of the worst places for it. We're rapidly catching Lewis Hamilton. Unfortunately, these guys are going to hang out for a while. When we do this in Season 4, I might just... For this track in Singapore, I think it just needs to be off.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.0 seconds.
In fact, it probably just needs to be off entirely. They need to balance it for the career mode upgrades. That's like the biggest flaw in career mode. As you develop the car, the tire temperatures just skyrocket during the race.
Hamilton ahead, they're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 4 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:14.2.
We're well faster than that. I mean, I think it's basically the point where there's like a really short window to like win races And then after that, the carcass is, at most tracks, just screw you out of being able to qualify well enough to win. You know what? Actually, I am curious. We're going to restart the race without carcass temperatures. I already know where this medium tire thing is going, or this hard tire thing, and it's not to anywhere good. Hopefully the game lets me change the option ahead of the race. Surface only.
A proper road race.
We'll just skip
Before
the
we
formation
begin,
lap.
let's take a...
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Start race. Skip formation lap. But yeah, it's just ridiculous that we go 2 laps into the soft and we're just... complete AI disrespect there. If the AI decides to overtake you, they don't care if they have to go through you. They're just going to overtake you. I wish I could have kept the original start
Alright, let's focus now for the rest
and
of
had
the
the
race.
carcasses off.
You are derating. Lower the ERS deployment mode before you hit your deployment limit.
Derating, huh? Yeah, see, look at the difference. We haven't lost like 5 seconds in 2 laps. No! Try to over anticipate a churn. It's impossible to follow these cars as well. Yeah, I was trying to anticipate the churn in a way that's not exactly feasible, I should say.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
The drag reduction system, or
I don't want tutorials. God, this game is so badly programmed. I mean, it's greatly programmed in some ways, but there are like some coding mistakes in these games. Like some programming, I don't know if it's programming philosophy, coding mistakes or what, but there's just really... There are things that are wrong with this game that shouldn't be wrong with this game. Getting a tutorial slapped in your face during the race is like one of many. Like in year 3 of career mode, when you're trying to just like pause and trigger flashbacks and stuff.
We're trailing our teammate by 2.5 seconds.
Our big problem right now is that Magnussen is faster than Verstappen, so overtaking is nigh on impossible. I actually might need to try to set this one up in the pits.
Lost some time to the car behind.
Yeah, as long as Magnussen's getting DRS, we're just screwed. Because it's basically a wall that's keeping us out. No, no, no! I really need better steering controls than this. This is a track where you really need a steering wheel. Because I don't have the, it's not like the kind of driving experience that I actually need. The steering feedback is just awful. Following is awful. I'm going to try stopping on like lap 30 and undercutting these cars by a couple laps. I think they're likely to overcut as well. It's just frustrating to be stuck behind them. Just because of where Max managed to start the race. And really, it's a problem with the Monaco GP itself. Because this is just the way Monaco is designed. I have to like try to undercut them in the pits. That's my only way. Because Magnussen can't get by Verstappen. I can't get by Magnussen with Verstappen in front of him. There are a few places I could try something, but it's very risky.
Is starting to create a gap. They're starting to pull away from us.
I think in practice I saw that the soft was rated for 30 laps. 35 laps. So if we put on lap 9, they should get us to the end. I'm certainly sick of seeing this in front of me. The only problem is if I pit now, I'm going to be behind everybody. Dead last.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I mean, that's probably going to happen anyway.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
Can't use overtake for nothing at this track. I suppose we can run in high.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.5 seconds.
And my issue right now is I don't think we have the gap.
Back by about 0.3 a lap.
Might actually just see how far we can take these. Because without a gap to drop this car into, that's really the only option we have, I think.
Is out in front. Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
Not really a big fan of that idea. Plum last. We do seem to be losing the fields.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake. Box, box, box.
We're not getting anywhere as it is.
Go, go, go. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Now we're just really quick.
Charles is in the pits.
He just turned into me. God, that is ridiculous. This is why this game is just inexcusably and terribly programmed. I'm sitting there on his right, and he just turns into me. I'm not making any sudden movements one way or another. I'm just there. That is not something that should ever happen in a program game. Yeah, I should have some presence of mind to avoid the player. Drop behind! Sorry, I'm really mad, but... And I'm taking damage. You have lost the position. Drop behind. I have to give him the position. But yeah, he effectively lost that position, but they just do not. They won't let you have the position if you earn it.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
Sorry, it just works me. Like, this track just works me up so much. But I have the nose of my car in front of him, and he's just trying to dive brake. I'm faster, you're slower, and you're basically just... God. The AI just has no concept of race situation. And they basically just teach people how to be dirty drivers online. But I basically came off this corner really well and out-accelerated Bottas up this little straightaway, and he just... And it's basically because they panicked to try to regain the position that that he kept crashing into me.
Gap to teammate ahead is 9.4 seconds.
And they move on to the inside for that front straight, which is just very frightening for overtaking. Very frightening. I hate that wall. The corner itself is not hard. The problem is that it's one of those, like, instead of turning the wheel like this, you'd have to turn the wheel kind of like this. And with the controller, there's only really this. So you have to, like, time like a short burst to get the steering precision. And the window for it is just a little bit too perfect. A little bit too precise. Needs a little bit too much precision. No, you see, he cut off my overtaking lane. In fact, he probably made 2 moves. Deep inside. This is the one track where they should not be running defensive lines. They should take a line and stick with it. On most tracks it's perfectly fine because it's very exploitable, but on this track it takes away one of your best lanes for overtaking, essentially. I'm just hanging nowhere until they decide to pit. Got better traction, but again, he's just going to run deep inside. My only real recourse is that they don't really have the ability to make that corner correctly when they do that. So if I'm aggressive enough, I can just go underneath them. If I'm aggressive enough and they're slow enough, lock up the brakes or whatever. God, they're so slow that I'm tapping them. These modern F1 cars really shouldn't be racing here.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
Overtaking Russell should be relatively trivial in comparison, because there's nobody in front of him. Of course, if I'm not up on him, it's all for naught. These guys are on the hard tires. That's perplexing.
The stewards will give you a penalty.
How was he that fast?
Moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Oh my god! This would just never happen if they just ran the correct line. But basically we just ran over the curb and understeered. The risk of being that aggressive underneath. But the AI inside blocking is just really cheap at a track like this. So I just, whenever it happens, flashback city. Like it's stupid. They're only ahead because it's half race and I pitted before them.
Perez is in first place.
This 50% races actually give an advantage to poorer qualifiers because they get to run on the more ideal tires. Well, maybe not more ideal, but a half race you don't have time to get a gap on them.
Okay, gap ahead is 14.7 seconds.
I basically got screwed over by getting pitted first. Because now they're like 10 seconds ahead. Because I've just spent the entire time here overtaking these cars. Looks like nothing's changed between Magnussen and Verstappen either. But I just get so angry at this game, because you make like legit overtakes and the game just, with its quote unquote aggressive AI, just takes it away from you. I don't think I'm winning a goddamn thing in this car. I suppose if I'd done qualifying with the carcass temps off, I would have been on pole. And that would have made things quite a bit different.
We're trailing our teammate by 19.6 seconds.
God, why am I sliding so much? The suspension's low. I should be able to ride curves. Fine, we'll abandon that lap too. It's just impossible to have a stable car. Which is another source of immense frustration for me. That the car is never truly stable the entire race. These are fundamental programming issues the game needs to resolve.
Gap to car in front is 14.3 seconds.
Oh, come on! Give me consistent handling, game!
That was a big one.
Consistent handling! This is nothing in the realm of consistency. The car is sliding for reasons. Reasons!
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
The car is just not behaving like it should be. Like it should be planted and consistent, and it just gets slidey as soon as you try to start pushing it. And that's my problem with the game, is that there's just no rhyme or reason to the things that happen to the car. Like, you'll be driving fine, and then on one lap, randomly, for whatever reason, traction just won't be there.
The gap to the car ahead is 14.5 seconds.
Maybe it's because you missed the racing line slightly. Because they want 100% simulation of racing line. It's like, I don't have precise controls. I cannot stay on the racing line 100% of the time. The entire track needs to have consistent behavior. But it's just race after race after race like this. It's just infuriating. And again, we go around a corner and there just isn't traction. This is one of the least consistent games as far as traction, handling, and grip. But every time I point it out on forums, people just thumbs me down. Because they have their steering wheel or whatever. The game's fine for me, why isn't it fine for you? It's just that this game was so close to perfect in F1 2017, and since then it just feels like they've been moving the game in the wrong direction.
Down to mix too soon.
Because people have been demanding like more simulation, rather than like consistency, fun, things like that. But yeah, the real problem is that this car does not behave consistently. A lot of my crashes come from expecting the car to do basic things that it randomly doesn't do on. And we just don't have traction. There's no traction. There's no grip. The grip has just decided to abandon this car.
Increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
I probably just need to stop pushing. Seeing as I can't push. I don't know if it's just chassis related or what, but it's bad.
Perez is out in front.
Kudos that they've made the chassis actually matter this year. But some of the grip losses I go through are just... they don't make any sense. Like, the car will be fine for 10 laps, and then, like, for 1 lap, the car just will not have grip, and then the next 10 laps it'll be fine again. And I've never had this behavior in any previous F1 game.
Our gap to the car in front is 15.1 seconds.
Like, I'm back on this game, I'm trying to enjoy it, and it's just... God, and the frustrating things are the things I do like about career mode. But I think Codemasters is definitely starting to lose the players players like me that are like maybe a little bit maybe not casual fans, but not like as hardcore for the simulation aspect of the game, who just want, you know, to have good races, have a good time, not feel like the game difficulty is getting away from them a little bit, which is kind of what I'm starting to feel. Is that the difficulty of this series is just starting to get too high.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge.
Like, running with traction control off this year has largely felt the same as last year, except that the traction losses feel a whole lot less consistent. Like last year when I would lose traction, I knew it was something I was doing, like I was being too aggressive with the car or whatever. But in this year's game, I'll go through corners the same way, like in this case 39 times. And like 37 times will be fine, and then like 2 or 3 times will not.
Okay, gap ahead is 15.
Just feels inconsistent. And I don't know if I'm just ranting too much. I keep coming back to the game and they have my money, so I mean, do I even have a good argument for them to change anything as it is? But there seems to be a point, like a pace I have to run at, and if I try to run any faster than that, the game is just slapping me in the face saying, no, you can't go that fast. Which just happens to be as fast as I need to go to win the race. Like, if the problem is that I'm just driving the car beyond its limits, then we have a real problem. As far as trying to win any races. It might just be that this car is incapable. I guess.
Gap to car in front is 16.2 seconds.
I'd go for fastest lap, but I don't think I can afford to.
Okay, mind you don't get caught out with this set of boots. We have started to notice some wear. We should be okay.
Shut up. Like, he just started talking, and I just lost a little bit of focus. Like, I'm about to go through a very, very focus-intensive part of the race, and you just start rambling about the tires. Like, shut up. I'm probably going to blame that, because, I was definitely in an immersion zone where I was just fully focused on, like, I had my head down and driving, and the guy just started talking. So he pulled my head out of what I was doing and caused me to crash. Shut up, Jeff.
Understood, copy that.
Seriously, just shut up. I mean, I should have said that a long time ago in this race. But he literally started talking about the tires, and that's why I crashed into that wall. So when someone does start yapping at you like that, it can pull you away from what you're focusing on a little bit. Am I really at tire wear disadvantage? I guess the AI just get even faster. Yeah, see, just random, like, losses of traction like that just don't make any sense. The handling model definitely needs to be fixed in this game. I might just need to go back into my little world and play older editions of the game. We kind of are just like right back to F1 2015. Just with the career mode this time. Where it just seems like they're trying new things out or whatever. And modes are suffering, things are being taken out of the game. Things are being put into the game that nobody wants. I say nobody, but I guess the hardcore enthusiasts want some of them. Gosh, this track. Well, it's almost over, which is the upside. It's probably quick enough to win, but the tires do seem to drop off a little bit. To the point where I just had no hope of catching the guys in front. Probably because my tires are a little bit older. I'm going to bail this team from Ferrari at the first opportunity. But I don't know if I'm going to stay interested in this game long enough to have any chance of winning a championship. It's just...
And an incredible win for Racing Point.
F1 2017, I think, has the best handling balance.
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this?
F1 28's pretty close
Management
with
probably
the
played
Halo
quite a large role in the
implementation.
outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed,
Whatever they
it's all about
changed
maintaining that speed
to,
consistently over a stint.
Make the
Over
game
a
more
race
realistic to the
distance.
new
So being able to
downforce
keep up
specs
the
this
lap
year, they
times
just
while still being smooth on the controls
screwed it
and
all
on
up.
the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The Racing Point team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Racing Point continue to run away with it out in front. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Oh, I forgot to do race highlights. Not that there are really any anyway. Nothing really happened as far as my race went. I started in 5th and basically finished in 5th.
Well, let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
We can't really afford any more durability upgrades at this point. Alright. So yeah, let's just advance to the next weekend. Alright. We're gonna... Jeez. Yeah, we can't touch Racing Point. And really, that just destroys a lot of the fun of it. Do they really get like almost perfect car? Yeah. We're gonna quit for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Not one of my proudest moments, temper-wise. This game, I just chuck it right off the pier. Like, it triggers me. It just triggers me. But yeah, if you have enjoyed and you haven't already done so, feel free to follow the button above one time or sub on YouTube. Hopefully there won't be any more temper tantrums. Maybe you enjoy that, and you just want me to continue to torture myself in this career mode. But yeah, till next time, take care. Have a good one. We'll see you again next time. Till then, later on, guys.